Are you an entrepreneur just starting and need some motivation? You're on the right track because today we will talk about the top 5 richest people in the US. Hi guys, this is Michael Carbon from Modern Luxury, and today you will learn how billionaires started and their journey to success. Number 1. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon, and his net worth is now $113 billion and is residing in Seattle. Despite spending $36.8 billion on his divorce, Bezos is still the richest man on earth. He became a millionaire in 1997 after he raised $54 million through Amazon's initial public offering, and 2 years after, around 1999, he became a billionaire. Bezos was born on January 12, 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His birth name is Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen. Bezos found out that the web had grown 2,300% in 1 year. That's why he took advantage of the rapid growth. He made a list of 20 possible products to sell online and decided books were the best option. Bezos decided to leave his job as the vice president at DE Show. And so, Amazon was born. It was kind of funny when he started Amazon.com in a garage with a potbelly stove. When he first started, a bell would ring in the office every time someone made a purchase, and everyone would gather around to see whether anyone knew the customer. In Amazon's first months of launch, he sold books to people in all 50 states and in 45 different countries. And it continued to grow. Amazon went public on May 15, 1997. Amazon's share has continued to go up. It has now gone beyond selling books to offering almost everything you can imagine, including appliances, clothing, and even cloud computing services. Number 2. Bill Gates. We all know that Bill Gates is the owner of the Microsoft. His net worth is $98 billion and is residing in Medina, Washington. On April 4, 1975, at a time when most Americans used typewriters, childhood friends Bill Gates and Paul Allen found Microsoft, a company that makes computer software. Microsoft originated in Albuquerque, New Mexico, then relocated to Washington State in 1979, and eventually grew into a major multinational technology corporation. It was year 1987 when Microsoft went public. Bill Gates, he was 31 and became the youngest billionaire at that time. Bill Gates and Paul Allen originated with the name Microsoft for microprocessors and software. Allen quit his job as a programmer in Boston, and Gates left Harvard University, where he was still a student, to focus on Microsoft, which was based in Albuquerque because the city was home to electronics firm MIT's, maker of Altair 8800. End of 1978, Microsoft's sales topped more than $1 million, and in 1979, the business moved its headquarters to Bellevue, Washington, a suburb of Seattle, where both of them grew up. Microsoft went on to license its MS-DOS operating system to IBM for its first personal computer, which debuted in 1981. Then the other computer companies started licensing MS-DOS, which had no graphical interface and required users to type in commands in order to open a program. In 1983, Allen departed Microsoft after being diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was successfully treated for the disease and went on to pursue a variety of other business ventures. Microsoft released a new operating system, Windows, with a graphical user interface that included drop-down. A year after, Microsoft moved its headquarters to Redmond, Washington, and went public at $21 a share, raising $61 million by the late 1980s. Microsoft had become the world's biggest personal computer software company based on sales. The year 1995. Amidst skyrocketing purchases of personal computers for home and office use, Windows 95 made its debut. It included innovations as a start menu. TV commercials for Windows 95 featured the Rolling Stones singing "Start Me Up," and 7 million copies of the new product were sold within the first 5 weeks. In the second half of the 1990s, internet usage took off and Microsoft introduced its web browser, Internet Explorer, in 1995. The year 1998, the US Department of Justice and 20 state attorney generals charged Microsoft with violating antitrust laws by using its dominance to drive competitors out of business. And in 2001, the company reached a settlement with the government that imposed restriction on its corporate practices. Also in 2001, Microsoft joined the video game market with the launch of its Xbox console. Number 3. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is the owner of Berkshire Hathaway, and his net worth is $67.5 billion and is residing in Omaha. Warren Buffett purchased his first stock when he was 11 years old and worked in his family's grocery store in Omaha. As a teenager, Warren took different kinds of jobs. He washed cars to deliver newspapers, using his savings to purchase several pinball machines that he placed in local businesses. The year 1962, Warren saw an opportunity to invest in a New England textile company called Berkshire Hathaway and bought some of its stock. Buffett began to aggressively buy shares after a dispute with its management convinced him that the company needed a change in leadership. Buffett is a sort of jack of all trades when it comes to industry knowledge. Berkshire Hathaway is a great example. He saw that the company was cheap, so he bought it, though he wasn't an expert in textile manufacturing. Then Buffett shifted Berkshire's focus away from its traditional endeavors, instead of using it as a holding company to invest in other businesses. Over the decades, Buffett has bought, held, and sold companies in a variety of different industries. Some of the companies of which Berkshire Hathaway has a majority share are GEICO, Dairy Queen, NetJets, Benjamin Moore & Company, and Fruit of the Loom. Some of the companies that Berkshire Hathaway has interest in are American Express Company, Costco Wholesale Corporation, DirecTV, General Electric Corporation, General Motors Corporation, Coca-Cola Company, International Business Machines Corporation, Walmart Stores Incorporated, Procter & Gamble Company, and Wells Fargo and Company. Number 4. Larry Ellison. Ellison's net worth is $59 billion and is the founder and CTO of Oracle and is residing in Woodside, California. Ellison was born the year 1944 and grew up in a working-class Chicago family of Jewish immigrants. He dropped out of college twice. First was from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, then the University of Chicago, before moving to California and working different kinds of jobs. Ellison worked as a programmer at Ampex Corporation. He was responsible for the company's building database for the CIA. In 1977, he left Ampex to start a database management company of their own together with two of his co-workers. Oracle's first customer was a big one, and it's the CIA. Their product later became the most popular database ever sold. Ellison became the highest paid executive in the US before he stepped down as CEO year 2014. Ellison said that he was never really expected that he'll become this rich. Now, Ellison has a lifestyle that he could only have dreamed of during his working-class Chicago childhood at the age of 70. Number 5. Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's net worth is $54.7 billion and is the owner of the very famous social media platform which is Facebook, and is residing in Palo Alto, California. The year 2003, Zuckerberg created an online platform called FaceMash, which allows users to objectify fellow students by comparing photos of their faces and selecting who they deem as the hottest. Zuckerberg was punished by the Harvard administration but later on escaped expulsion from the college together with his friends who were with him when he created FaceMash. They provided a framework to what would become Facebook. Online Facebook already existed at Harvard at the time. These were online directories that featured photos of students alongside some information about them. there wasn't a single Facebook for the whole student body of the Harvard University, which is why Zuckerberg came up with the idea to create one. February 4th, 2004, exclusively to Harvard students, Facebook was born through the name thefacebook.com. Zuckerberg and co-founders Eduardo Severin, Andrew McCollum, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes, they face accusations by Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss and Divya Narendra, made Facebook public 6 days after the idea for the site had been stolen from them. Winklevoss twins and Narendra approached Zuckerberg to ask for assistance in creating a social network for Harvard students called Harvard Connection. This claim was explored in the 2010 Oscar-winning film The Social Network, which depicted Zuckerberg's meeting with the Winklevoss brothers and Narendra to discuss their idea before creating his own without their knowledge. Zuckerberg faced a lawsuit and eventually all three received a settlement in 2008 that included 1.2 million shares in the company each. Facebook proved extremely popular with Harvard students when it was first launched, then it expanded to numerous colleges and made available to students to Stanford, Yale, and Columbia. 26th of September year 2006. Anyone in the world can create an account in Facebook as long as you're 13 years old. As the number of people becoming members of Facebook grew, so did the number of people working for the company. In 2004, Napster co-founder Sean Parker was named president of Facebook. He'd come across the site while browsing the computer of a student at Stanford. He had become acquainted with Zuckerberg and Severin soon thereafter. At this point, Facebook had moved its headquarters to Palo Alto in California. Recently, it was revealed that the personal data from 87 million Facebook accounts have been wrongfully shared with Cambridge Analytica, a political consulting firm. This allowed Cambridge Analytica to target Facebook users with political advertisements during the 2016 US presidential elections and the UK referendum, which in turn could have swayed their stance on either topic. It was reported in July that the company had lost more than $100 billion, with its share price dropping by nearly 20%. On the recent year, Facebook has acquired various other companies such as Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus VR, Onavo, Beluga, and more to maintain their users' interests. Did this video help you? If it does, let us know in the comment section, and also don't forget to click on the like, subscribe, and share button. See you in our next video!